What if I told you that Meghan Markle might still be secretly reaching out to Princess Catherine, trying to fix their fractured relationship? And what if I said these secret calls are being spread all over the tabloids, painting a picture of reconciliation that might just be too good to be true? In today's video, we're diving deep into the latest headline-making story, Meghan's alleged olive branch to Catherine, the Princess of Wales. Could these phone calls be a genuine attempt to rebuild bridges? Or is this just another PR stunt? And more importantly, what does it mean for the royal family if Meghan is truly trying to get back in their good graces? You won't want to miss this. Stick around as we uncover the truth behind this drama and what it tells us about Meghan, Catherine, and the rest of the royals. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe because trust me, what's coming next will leave you questioning everything you thought you knew about the Sussexes. Let's get into something that's been making waves in the media recently. Meghan Markle, of all people, is allegedly having secret phone calls with none other than Princess Catherine. Yes, you heard that right. Meghan and Catherine, once divided by public spats and deep family rifts, are supposedly in touch behind closed doors. But is this really happening? Or is it just another strategic move in the ongoing Sussex PR machine? Now, take a moment to think about the gravity of this. Just a few years ago, these two women were embroiled in one of the most publicized family feuds the British royal family had seen in decades. Meghan, once seen as a beloved newcomer to the royal fold, was now at the center of scandal and controversy. From the Oprah interview that accused the royal family of racism to her explosive departure from royal duties, it seemed that Meghan had burned every bridge she could. Yet, now we hear whispers of her trying to reconcile, or at least make peace with Catherine, the future queen consort. How did we get here? To understand whether these alleged phone calls could be real, let's dig deeper into the timeline of their relationship. Catherine and Meghan's first interactions were, for the most part, cordial. But soon after Meghan and Harry's wedding, things began to unravel. Meghan's high-profile interviews and outspoken opinions didn't sit well with the more reserved members of the royal family, especially Catherine. What was supposed to be a fairy tale wedding turned into a series of public spats and behind-the-scenes tensions. Remember that infamous royal rift story? Catherine was reportedly hurt by Meghan's comments, and their relationship seemed to sour almost immediately after Harry and Meghan's exit from royal life. Fast forward to today, and we're seeing reports about secret calls between Catherine and Meghan, including claims that Meghan has been reaching out to Catherine to repair their fractured bond. But let's not get too carried away. Does anyone truly believe that Catherine, the epitome of grace and poise, would take Meghan's calls after all that's happened? Let's consider the source. These claims come from tabloids, those same tabloids that have fueled much of the royal drama from the beginning. And isn't it curious how these stories seem to emerge just as Meghan and Harry are preparing to launch new ventures? We can't ignore the possibility that this could be an elaborate attempt by Meghan's camp to rewrite her narrative, especially as she tries to rehabilitate her image. After all, what better way to show that she's a changed woman than by reconnecting with the royal family, the very people she's repeatedly criticized? But before we dismiss this whole thing as a PR stunt, let's take a step back and ask ourselves, what would this even mean for Catherine? Would she really be willing to entertain these calls, given the public nature of Meghan's accusations against the royal family? And more importantly, what does this say about the relationship between Harry and William, and by extension, their wives? It's clear that Catherine's role in this is more complex than just a sister-in-law trying to smooth things over. She is the Princess of Wales, a woman who represents the future of the monarchy. She has been trained to maintain composure under pressure and to navigate these kinds of situations with diplomacy. But no matter how much grace she's shown, can we expect her to forgive the same woman who, alongside Harry, accused her family of being racist? The historical context of the royal family and their reluctance to tolerate any form of public scandal or disloyalty makes it hard to believe Catherine would willingly embrace Meghan again. Let's also take a moment to reflect on the bigger picture here. Harry and Meghan's public departure from the royal family was a seismic shift. It wasn't just about stepping down from royal duties, it was about questioning the institution itself. And when Meghan accused the royal family of racism, she not only damaged her personal relationships but also cast a shadow on the monarchy's public image. Can we honestly say that a few phone calls would be enough to heal that wound? Now, I want to hear from you. Do you believe that these secret phone calls are a genuine attempt at reconciliation? Or is it just another headline designed to keep Meghan and Harry relevant in the media? How would you feel if you were Catherine, after everything that's been said and done? Could you put your personal grievances aside for the sake of family? Or, like many others, would you find it impossible to forgive after all the drama and the accusations? Let's keep the conversation going. Share your thoughts in the comments below. Do you think Meghan can make amends? Or is this just another chapter in a long-running saga of royal drama? Now, let's dive deeper into the core of this ongoing royal saga, Meghan Markle's PR strategies. We've seen her take to the media time and time again. But could these secret phone calls be another calculated move to reshape her image? Is Meghan using the press to manipulate public opinion and pave the way for a royal reconciliation that, frankly, seems highly unlikely? Let's step back and think for a moment. Meghan Markle has spent years building her brand. After stepping away from royal duties, she didn't disappear into the background. No, she doubled down, launching her own production company and signing high-profile deals with streaming giants like Netflix and Spotify. But as the years have passed, the public's opinion of Meghan and Harry has become increasingly polarized. While some continue to support them, others are disillusioned by what they see as endless attempts to profit from their royal past. The question now is, how far will Meghan go to repair her image? And could these secret calls with Catherine be part of her broader strategy? Think about it. Meghan is no stranger to using the media to her advantage. In the past, she's orchestrated stories that painted her in a sympathetic light. Remember when she opened up about her struggles with mental health? Or when she shared the challenges of being a new mother under intense public scrutiny. These moments were undeniably emotional and powerful, but they were also carefully timed to resonate with the public. Could these alleged phone calls with Catherine be another piece of the puzzle? We can't ignore the fact that Meghan has been accused of manipulating her narrative for years. The timing of these secret phone calls just so happens to coincide with Meghan's latest PR push. In fact, it seems highly convenient that just when people are beginning to question her place in the royal family, we get this story about her attempting to reconcile with Catherine. Is it really possible that after everything that's happened, the public accusations, the media wars, Catherine would suddenly take Meghan's call? Or is this just another story planted by Meghan's team, carefully crafted to make her appear more conciliatory and humble? Let's not forget the power of perception. In today's media landscape, perception is everything. And when it comes to Meghan and Harry, the public's perception of them has been shaped by their every move. From their explosive interview with Oprah to their lucrative deals with Hollywood, every step they've taken has been scrutinized. But how does this affect their chances of reconciliation with the royal family? In the eyes of many, Meghan has become synonymous with controversy, and Harry's blind loyalty to her only deepens the divide. Could Catherine, who has spent years cultivating her image as a poised and dignified member of the royal family, really risk tarnishing her reputation by engaging with Meghan? I'll ask you, though, should we give Meghan the benefit of the doubt? After all, isn't it human nature to want to heal old wounds, even if the damage seems irreparable? Could it be that Meghan, despite her past action, truly wants to mend fences? Or is this just another example of her using the royal family to prop up her image and keep herself in the headlines? There's no denying that Meghan's story is captivating. But the question is, how much of it is the truth? Let's take a look at the royal family's history for a moment. The monarchy has faced scandal before. We only need to look back at the tumultuous relationship between Prince Charles and Princess Diana, or even the earlier rifts that have cropped up between various royal members. The royal family has always been adept at weathering storms, but it's been much harder for Harry and Meghan to do so. Their departure, the public outbursts, and the continuous airing of their grievances have created a situation where reconciliation feels nearly impossible. But with Meghan trying to frame herself as the victim, could she succeed in changing public opinion once again? And here's where I'd love to hear your thoughts. What do you think about Meghan's ongoing attempts to rewrite her narrative? Do you see this as a genuine effort to restore her relationship with Catherine and the royal family? Or is it simply another calculated PR move designed to keep her relevant? Can we really trust a woman who has consistently used the media to further her own agenda? Or should we be more sympathetic, acknowledging that everyone deserves a second chance? I want to hear your opinions. Share them in the comments below. Do you believe in Meghan's sincerity? Or do you think this is all part of a grand plan to regain the royal family's favor? It's a complex issue, and I know you've got some strong opinions on it. Let's now turn our focus to perhaps the most critical aspect of this entire saga, the fallout between Harry and William. As we dive into this, it's impossible to ignore the deep rift that has grown between the brothers over the past few years. And at the heart of that division, Meghan Markle. The question that keeps resurfacing is simple. How far will Harry go to stand by his wife? And what price will he pay for it? Let's start by considering the state of their relationship. Harry and William, once incredibly close, have now become two men on opposite ends of a bitter feud. It wasn't always this way. In fact, the two brothers were practically inseparable for much of their lives. But when Harry married Meghan, things began to change. The public spectacle that followed their wedding, combined with Meghan's outspoken comments and the couple's sudden exit from royal duties, put enormous strain on their relationship. Could we have predicted that things would escalate this much? Probably not. But looking at the way their relationship has played out, it seems clear that Meghan's influence on Harry has played a pivotal role. For many, the tension between Harry and William was inevitable. William, as the future king, has always had a more reserved, traditional view of the monarchy. He's been brought up with a sense of duty, aware of the immense responsibilities he'll carry in the future. Harry, on the other hand, has always had a more rebellious streak. While he has served his duty as a royal, he's also sought a more personal, independent life. Meghan, being the strong-willed woman that she is, found herself at the center of this divide. From the very beginning, she and William were on opposite sides of the royal divide. But as much as Meghan's actions have contributed to this rift, we can't overlook the very real emotional toll it has had on Harry. He's torn between his loyalty to his brother, his family, and his wife. For a long time, Harry seemed caught in the middle, trying to balance his relationships. But the more Meghan was drawn into the spotlight, the more isolated Harry became from his own family. The question that many are asking now is whether this division is truly unrepairable, or if time can heal these wounds. Looking at history, royal families have faced their own family feuds, but most of these issues were kept behind closed doors. The royal family was known for its ability to present a united front to the public, no matter the personal disagreements they may have had. Yet, the situation with Harry and William has been anything but private. The public nature of their rift has only deepened the sense of betrayal on both sides. Harry's decision to move away from royal life with Meghan was seen as a defection, and no matter how much they try to explain their reasons, it will always be viewed by some as a breach of royal duty. What's most striking about this situation is the idea of reconciliation. There are whispers that Harry, in his desire to mend things with his family, may be looking for a way back into the royal fold. But how realistic is that? Could Harry truly reconcile with his brother, knowing that his loyalty to Meghan has caused irreparable damage? And what about William? Is he willing to forgive Harry? Or has this rift gone too far? When we think about Catherine, it's clear that she is a key player in this drama. Her relationship with Meghan, as we've already discussed, is strained, to say the least. But her role in the relationship between Harry and William is just as critical. Catherine has long been seen as a stabilizing force in the royal family. As the future queen, she will play a central role in guiding the monarchy forward. Her stance on the feud between the brothers is essential. She's already been thrust into the middle of this conflict, and whether she likes it or not, her influence may be the key to whether this rift can ever be healed. But let's not be naive. Catherine has made it clear through her actions that she does not support Meghan's behavior, nor does she condone Harry's actions that have led to this public fallout. It's not just about royal duty anymore, it's personal. Meghan has accused the royal family of racism, and those allegations have left deep scars. Can you really expect someone to forgive that and just move on? Even if Harry is willing to put in the effort to rebuild relationships, is it possible for Catherine and William to look past the very real hurt Meghan has caused? And this is where I turn it over to you. Do you think this rift can be healed? Can Harry and William ever rebuild their bond? Or has the damage been done? What about Catherine? Should she forgive Meghan? Or is it simply too much to ask? I'd love to hear your thoughts on this, because it's clear that no matter what happens, this family drama is far from over. The emotions run high on all sides, and with so much at stake, it's difficult to say where this will all end. Let me know what you think. Can the royal family find peace again? Or is this the final chapter in the saga of Harry, Meghan, and the rest of the Windsors? Now, let's consider the most crucial aspect of this whole drama, the potential for Meghan to re-enter the royal fold. And more importantly, how this could affect Catherine and the rest of the royal family. Can we honestly believe that after all that's happened, after the accusations of racism, the public spats, and the constant media circus, there's any chance of genuine reconciliation? Or is this just another attempt to keep Meghan's name in the headlines, even if it means stirring up old tensions? Meghan has certainly made no secret of her desire to regain some semblance of connection with the royal family. But let's be real here. Do we really think Catherine, after everything that's transpired, is willing to take Meghan back into her circle? Imagine the situation from Catherine's perspective. As the Princess of Wales, Catherine has spent years building her reputation, carefully navigating the ever-watchful eyes of the public and the media. She's been the epitome of grace and strength. And yet Meghan, through her actions, has managed to drag her into a narrative filled with hurt, accusations, and public shame. The question is, would Catherine really want to open that door again? We know from previous reports that Catherine has been utterly hurt by Meghan's comments, particularly regarding the royal family and the accusations of racism. It's about maintaining boundaries and self-preservation. Meghan, whether intentionally or not, has crossed those lines. And now, there's no easy way back. But here's where it gets even more complicated. Meghan's PR machine continues to push the narrative of a possible reconciliation. And while some might argue that Meghan's motives are driven by a genuine desire to heal wounds, let's not be so quick to buy into that. Meghan is, above all else, a savvy media operator. She knows how to play the game, how to control the narrative, and how to keep herself in the spotlight. Is it possible that these supposed secret phone calls with Catherine are just another example of Meghan trying to rewrite her story, framing herself as someone who is willing to mend relationships and put the past behind her? We've seen this before, haven't we? Meghan, claiming she's been wronged, only to later turn around and claim that she's ready to forgive and move forward. It's all about optics. But I want to hear from you. Do you believe that Meghan truly wants to reconcile with Catherine? Or do you think she's simply using these alleged phone calls to keep herself relevant? It's a question that's difficult to answer because, on one hand, there's a part of us that wants to believe in the possibility of healing and forgiveness. But on the other hand, we know the history. We know the damage that's been done. And when you add the constant media manipulation into the mix, it becomes hard to discern what's real and what's just another story crafted for public consumption. And then there's the issue of Harry. He's the wild card in all of this. His loyalty to Meghan has been unwavering. But at what cost? He's alienated himself from much of his family, including his brother. And it's clear that the relationship between him and William may never be the same again. If Harry is hoping for reconciliation, it's not going to happen on his terms. So, how does he fit into all of this? Could Harry's influence help or hinder Meghan's attempts to heal her relationship with Catherine? It's a difficult balancing act, isn't it? Harry stands by Meghan, but in doing so, he may have made it impossible for him to ever truly mend fences with his family. So, let me ask you, what do you think? Can Catherine and Meghan ever have a real relationship again? Or is this just a pipe dream? Do you think Meghan is genuinely trying to make amends? Or is this just another chapter in the saga of royal drama designed to keep the Sussexes in the spotlight? I'm curious to know where you stand on this issue. Share your thoughts in the comments below. And let's discuss. This royal drama isn't over yet, and it's clear that the next chapter will be just as unpredictable as the last. It's a complicated web of emotions, family dynamics, and public relations strategies. But here's the big question I want to leave you with. Do you think Meghan's latest attempts at mending fences are genuine? Or is it just another chapter in a long-running saga of royal drama? And what about Harry? Will he ever be able to rebuild the bond with his brother? Or is that lost forever? I'd love to hear your thoughts. Do you think there's any chance for reconciliation? Or is this just a story created for the cameras? Leave your opinions in the comments below. I'm really interested to know where you stand on this issue. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the world of the royal family, make sure to subscribe to the channel Kate Middleton and the Queen. We've got so much more to cover in the coming weeks. And trust me, you won't want to miss a single update. Don't forget to hit that notification bell so you're always the first to know when we post new content. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.